right, good morning again. It is my typical wake up time. Actually, I wake up around 6:30 no matter what. But today, what we got going on? Supposedly have a bunch of people at church today to record video announcements, so it's just not going to be me and my voice. I'm going to be setting that up. Got a bunch of websites to do. Got a lot of pre-production for church, and the live stream and all the stuff like that. Got to get prepped for Vacation Bible School, training, the project that my pastor gave me a go-ahead to go for, getting that stuff organized, trying to get the last couple of forwards for my book so I can get that out there, finish the update for the paperback version, a lot of video editing, and maybe I can squeeze in a little gaming in there, live streaming or something like that. It's possible. So let's get today started. Alright, so before I went to sleep, I got a message back from one of the clients I'm building a website for, which just reminds me, I have another pastor I'm supposed to send some information to about some speakers at New Jerusalem. It made me think about that because he asked me to do a website for him as well too, so I got to follow back up with him. So, but anyway, they contacted me. They wanted me to do a redesign of the website. I did it, but then they were saying that they liked the original website. They just wanted me to change some stuff. So now I got to go repeat back what was done, and get them back up to speed. And I have another client another church that want me to do their website, and I'm having some issues with their hosting stuff to try and get the website set up. So, and I got 2 days to finish that one. So I'm gonna have my hands full, and that kind of goes back to what I was talking about. I gotta make sure I have some balance in what I'm doing so that I can give the best to whichever client or church or whoever that I'm helping. So that's about it. So let me actually, before I get started, I need to get cleaned up, reshave. Well, I probably can shave tomorrow. Well, no, I'm supposed to be on camera, so I need to shave again. Then I'm probably going to head up to the church early so that I can get all this stuff prepped up, and I need to pack up all my stuff and take that there. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's get to going. Alright, so I got everything packed, ready for video announcements and all the projects I got to do today. I just placed an order for the additional XLRs that are needed for Sharon Baptist Church that I got to go back Monday to do, as well as I'm going to be heading to Sam Ash on the other end of town to actually check out some speakers that the pastor at New Jerusalem wanted me to look into, because he wanted to replace his speakers into smaller ones. Also need to stop by my father-in-law's house, fix their internet. What else I got going on? I had an epiphany when I was in the shower about how I'm going to do my challenge. Maybe I gave that away. My little project that I got approved to do at church that I have to do an announcement for tomorrow. So I got a thought about that. And what else do I got going on? Also talked to that same pastor about working on his website. I need to contact another pastor that won the monthly giveaway of doing a website. I need to contact him. He's at a conference right now, so he probably won't be back until Sunday evening. So I'll probably give him a call Monday. But mainly, I need to get out the house, because as you can see, I am sweating like crazy because the air did shut off, and it is 85 degrees here in the house. And yes, I have a black shirt on, but I am going up the street to get a different shirt and to get some more shorts. So I will not be in this state of hotness for very long. I mean, granted, I'm hot, but I'm just saying in temperature wise. So anyway, let's get in the car and head on out to the church so we can start doing these video announcements. I have one of those moments. I'm sitting here at the light and somebody in front of me was too busy on their phone texting or something like that, so they missed the light. So we're sitting there for maybe 10 seconds. I just honk the horn and say, hey, to be like, hey, the light is up. This mug rolled down the window and flipped me off. I'm like, for what? You were wrong. I just thought that was funny. Anyway, back here at Lowe's again. Let's go ahead and get these conduits for Sharon Baptist for Monday. Alright, where are we at? Alright, so this is the same one I got last time, so I'm going to need 2 of these. And that should be enough, but I need something to turn the corners. So let's see. Need like an elbow. So maybe one of these at the bottom will work. Alright, so I got 2 of these that look like they will fit on here. They have it's in between here. It's a right angle one that will go up there. So I got 2 of them. So I think that will work. Alright, so I am here, and honestly, I am very excited with the fact that I'm going to have some more people actually doing announcements, because I think for quite a while now, maybe about 3 months, I've been doing all the announcements myself. So it's good to have some other voices there. So let me get all this wonderful stuff and my Chick-fil-A out of here and set up to get for the announcements. And I'm going to be switching out the graphics card in the computer upstairs before everybody gets here. Alright, it's time for graphics card 101 for those who've never installed a graphics card. So this is my old 470, RX 470. Was my main gaming graphics card for a while ago, but I've since upgraded to a 1070 and now then a Radeon 7 and then a 2070 RTX. So it's still a good card. This is the one I'm going to put back in this system for video editing. So first thing is the power is off. And where is my screwdriver? There you go. So first thing, you got to make sure that you actually got the adapter for the type of, it actually will work with the type of monitor that you get. Trying to not have to unplug all this. There we go. Everything else should work. Watch how simple this is. Let's open up this case here. Alright, so we're going to pull this one out. It actually needs power. So, I mean, now technically, this one actually works perfectly fine, and this is actually a newer card than the one that I'm putting in here, but this one is faster in performance when it comes to video editing. Alright, this little switch down here, or a little thing is going to hold this in place. Gotta flip it up so I can lift this up out of here, move out of the way so I can put this card in here. Alright, so I need to find here the PCIe cables to plug into power for the graphics card. Get this over here. Then just got to screw it back in, and because it's in the same brand, I should not have to install any drivers. It'll just detect it. So let's screw that in and get it all started back up. See, that was simple. So just make sure this starts up. There's the old one. Realizing that the air is not on in here either, so I'm glad I'm not going to be here that long, because it's starting to get hot. All right, so it's all out of proportion because it hasn't detected the card yet. Let's go ahead and log in, and it'll switch over here in a second once it detects the new card, the new old card. There we go. All right, there it goes. Detected it all by itself. So that was easy. All right, so I'm up here getting prepared for these announcements, and we already got somebody that got here early, Mr. Charles Johnson. He's here early to do his announcement, so I need to take all this stuff downstairs and get set up. And I was kind of showing him some other stuff up here, talking about the challenge that's going to be coming out soon that I'm still keeping secret until we get it finalized. So. All right, so what I want to do is show y'all our church's multi-billion-dollar video system for recording announcements. So y'all get ready for this. There it is. It's my camcorder and a mic. That's it. Worth billions. Nah, I mean, like I try to tell y'all, it doesn't take a lot. I mean, honestly, like I'm doing what I'm recording right now is with my phone. So it doesn't take a lot. All it takes is a willingness to actually try to do something, and you can get in that direction. So don't let information overload, analysis paralysis stop you from actually trying to do something. If you got a vision to try and do something, step out there and do it. You'll be surprised that the path is cleared out for you to actually get it done. All right, announcements are done. That was really painless. Pretty much, I pretty much just put my camera up, put the mic on, hit record, and just let them go for what they know. And then I edit all that stuff out. So that's another thing I add to my list that I need to do today. So let me just check to see if there's any mail for the media ministry, and then I am going to stop by my father-in-law's, fix his internet. Then I am heading to Sam Ash to look up some speakers, and then head back and start working on all this fun stuff. All right, so I'm here in the chapel where we had hung new speakers, did a new sound system, which was mainly just a board, and a TV down here. So I mentioned it in the other video, and I'm sorry, I am out of breath from taking a whole bunch of stuff upstairs. I was talking about that NDI device. Since we updated the computer, that's our live stream computer, it's more than fast enough to handle the NDI stuff. So my thought is, when I get a chance, is to put one of those ASRock A300s. Like I said, it has a VESA mount, so I can mount it to the back. So instead of running cables all over the place, and we already have Wi-Fi in here because I added one of the access points that I recently installed here as well, so the internet is good in this area. So the idea is to get one of those, maybe do a, I think a 2200G or a 3200G is going to be overkill. You know what? I just had a thought. No, that won't work because I need an APU for this to work. But either way, what I wanted to do is get one of those A300s and mount that behind this TV, so it won't be exactly a direct cut from what's happening in the sanctuary, but we could bring up the stream that's coming from OBS and stream it to here, so this could act as an overflow without having to run wires in the ceiling and everything like that. So that was what that NDI test is. So the computer is really cheap, so it's about like $200, so I may donate that to put that in place. The main thing is just to educate people how to use it. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So let me go back. I'm over here and I didn't leave because they wanted me to move some of the stuff, some of our old equipment that's back here that we changed out in our system, and wanted me to move it because they're gonna refix this up here, which we got a bunch of seats and all this other stuff like this. So moving some of the old equipment out of the way so we can have this back up here. So that's why I'm tired, on top of the fact that I'm not in my Marine Corps shape like I used to be. So let's head back on the other side. All right, stop number 3 for today. I am stopping by to fix my father-in-law's, in-laws internet, because it looks like they're having some issues. So I installed a unified controller here as well too, with some access points. So it looks like it's been offline, so I'm gonna go fix that. All right, so this is the Raspberry Pi that I have running the unified controller software. Looks like it was not plugged in, so I need to go ahead and update it and make sure it shows back up on the network. Alright, so I was unable to fix it. I need to take it with me. It looks like something got corrupted and all the drivers and stuff like that need to be redone. So I will be taking this to the shop, as in around my computer, to get everything fixed. Off to one of my favorite stores to kill some time. Used to always stop by here during breaks at work to play on some of the pianos. I think one of the things I love to do when I have more time is to sit down and actually take drum lessons, because I dabble, but I'm nowhere close to being really good in that. There's no sustain pedal on this one. I need something else. Here's a sustain pedal. Let's try this one. This is actually a big version of what I used to have at home. Try to see that. Used to have that one. This one doesn't have a proper stand here. Reminds me, I need to start picking music for choir rehearsal for 5th Sunday. Yep, got the phone up. That are at my church that I believe we installed. It's either that or these, but these are the ones I was going to suggest to the pastor who asked me to look for these, because this would be fine for his setup, because he wanted to get smaller speakers. I think that is fine. I mean, granted it's 300 watts, but let's see. I'm just going to let him see in proportion to what everything is, and then we go from there. Now I've changed stores. I'm actually at Guitar Center now, just because they had better choice of speakers there, or more options here. So trying to find some good selections for them and a decent price range for them. So, and then after this, I'm going to catch up and get some sushi after this. This is why I ordered it on Amazon. 50 feet. So I was asked, where do I get my inspiration for some of the creative stuff that we do? This is the side benefit of watching a whole lot of cartoons, a lot of anime, and a lot of movies. That's where most of this stuff comes from. I just see something on TV that I like and then try to emulate that and then spin it on its head. So that's mainly where a lot of this stuff, the ideas that I come up with to try and do at church and video and just other stuff in general, that's where it comes from. I liked one of my favorite shows growing up was MacGyver. So I loved how he put other stuff together with crazy stuff to get exceptional results. Alright, so I guess the interesting thing about vlogging every day is sometimes you run out of stuff to do. So I've just kind of made it up in my mind that some of my content is not going to be the greatest in the world when I'm doing this, because I'm not used to vlogging every single day, but hope it's entertaining to y'all. I'm still waiting to go get sushi. Some of the folks I was trying to catch up with have not answered their phone, so I'm waiting and trying to find something to bide my time until I head over that way. So one of these is I'm entertaining getting. This one actually would sit inside the wall, but this would maybe possibly solve the issue at my church. But like I said, I need one that's 30 amp, and that's what this will not work with. But I still think this is kind of cool to try and do. I can plug the initial stuff into this, and if I can find a way to have it connected to a relay to our amps, that this would possibly solve it. So I actually might get one of these. So actually maybe this will work, because it needs to be a switch. It says it's a light switch, but I mean technically it's a switch. So it should be able to turn on anything. So maybe something like this would work. So maybe I need to play around with this to see if this is a viable option, to put this as a switch in between connecting to everything, and say if I hit this, put this at the bottom of the stairs of the church, they hit this switch, it would connect to the power to the 30 amp. Maybe that's what will work. I might try that. And then I still have the smart switch, which I like. I might want to get another one of these. That would be cool, because I can have that upstairs in the media booth and turn everything on, which I think I might actually get this. Yeah, I might get this instead for right now. All right, so now I'm being super nerdy right now. So I'm thinking about getting one of these, and then also getting a smart bulb here. And that way, when we start live streaming, I'll have this turn on as red, so people will know that we're recording. Maybe it's overkill, but I think it's kind of cool to try that. And if they don't use it, I'll just take it back home and use it then. Alright, so let me turn that air down. So I ended up getting 2 of the Hue Wi-Fi light bulbs for right now. But that's what I was talking about originally. It was something I was tasked with. I was asked that a lot of times when there's choir rehearsal or things going on at church, we don't always have somebody in the media ministry in each one of the choirs, so that they're not there to turn the system on. Now granted, it is really simple, but we got a lot of equipment up there, so we keep the doors locked unless the sextons, janitors don't unlock it. No one can get up there. But then we're kind of hesitant about wanting to let people up there who don't know what they're doing. Granted, you only got to press 2 buttons, but again, we just got to think about handling the equipment up there. So somebody asked in a church meeting, is there a way to put a switch at the bottom of the steps, because we're on the 2nd floor in the balcony where our media booth is there a way to put a switch down there that they can just hit that and it would turn everything on? So I've used a lot of these Wi-Fi plugs, and that was my thought in how to do that instead of having to wire everything. But our amps, now I can turn the main system on with that and that will work. The problem is our amps are ran on a relay and they're running on 30 amps, and there are no Wi-Fi plugs or adapters that will work with that. So my thought was to hook up this switch on the wall, put it downstairs, and if somebody taps that, it would trigger the Wi-Fi plug, which would turn the whole system on, and then I still have to figure out the amp part of it. That was where I'm at. So I think that will work. Again, I just got to figure out the amp part, the 30 watt amp plugs, how to turn that on. if I can connect that some way to a relay and it turns everything on that way, then that will be good. That would work with what I need to do. So I would probably put 2 switches in place, one that's upstairs and one downstairs. So now my training would be, hey, instead of turning the key and pressing this button, you just hit the switch on the wall and it would turn everything on. So I think that would be easier. Again, people will probably balk that it got changed, something got changed. AJ, you done changed something else again, and blah, 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 blah. But I think the fact of you only have to hit a switch upstairs or downstairs and it would turn the system on, honestly makes things a whole lot easier. And if I had to scope it out even more, what I would do is put like those Wi-Fi strips like I reviewed, the TP-Link power strip. I would get a couple of those because our converters stay on all the time. So the idea is you hit that switch, it would turn everything else on, which I think would be kind of cool. The only thing I would leave on, plugged in naturally, would just be the cameras, because the batteries would drain, all the settings would be reset, and you'd have a problem. So it would be just the converters would power everything on when you hit that switch. So literally, you just press one button and then everything turns on, which I think is really, really, really cool. If people look past the tech of me trying to talk about something else techie, I think they would like that idea. So anyway, that's it. Now I keep hitting these stoplights, and I'm trying to go get some sushi for the 3rd time. Still trying to get there for the 1st time, but still trying to get there. So anyway, catch up with some co-workers from my old job and hang out and chill, and then heading back to start doing some work. Had a bunch of people reach out to me for these websites, which I need to finish. So that's what's going on. Oh, and I still got to make the video announcements and all that stuff. And I got a call from the Minister of Music. I need to, the choir I play for, I need to, we were invited to sing somewhere, so I need to send out a communication about, it's a never-ending battle. So anyway, let's get something to eat. All right, so I had to go back over to my client's house where they were having an issue with the internet. So we already had an access point, but instead of running the wires up under the house again, just got a power line adapter. And man, I dropped my phone. Whew. I'm glad I don't know what happened. I hit it with the door or something. But anyway, no cracks, no dings, yay. But anyway, ran that over there. So power line adapter, moved it into the other room. So, and the Wi-Fi came up really strong. Cool. So now let's head back so I can actually do these announcements and work on these websites. All right, so pretty much after thinking about it and talking with somebody else in the media ministry, I ended up buying 2 of the Wi-Fi smart switches, plugs, or whatever you want to call them. Not plugs, the switch. So they're gonna go, one is gonna go on the wall downstairs, and then another one's gonna go inside the media booth. But ultimately what's gonna end up happening is we're gonna add them smart plugs and plug everything in, whether it be through the adapters or through the wall outlets. And then the one upstairs is going to turn everything on, but the one downstairs is just going to turn on just the sound for anybody who's there. So again, the one upstairs we're going to set to turn all the cameras on, the converters, everything. So I think that's going to be cool when we do that. And let me get out of here so the person beside me can get out the car. So I am so late. Pretty much still working on videos for church. And then there's the website that I'm trying to finish up for the church. I still got a day, and I still have another one that I have to work on, and then I got another one that just came in. So I still haven't set up all of the I'm forgetting what I had going on, but pretty much for all of those who are in media ministry, I take my hat off to you, because most people don't realize just how much work it actually goes into having a good media ministry and I know there are others out there that put their heart and soul into it. So again, thank y'all for what y'all are doing. If no one else appreciates it, I appreciate it. I hope y'all have a great night, and we'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. If you like this type of stuff, I appreciate a like. Consider subscribing and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other great videos to we do everyday modern media ministry and media ministry stuff for the church. Later, guys.